Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and another episode of Degen Power Hour. That's right. Every Monday, we cover it all. We cover our best ball portfolios. We cover Underdog Battle Royale. We cover DFS lineup review. We cover DFS early look. We cover Monday night bets. And we got two today. Rudy's ready. He's licking my face. He's pumped. Steve's ready. And we'll be ready after this open. That is right. Happy Monday. This is apparently my Monday uniform, win or lose. We've got a Monday doubleheader today, but again, we have all these Degen things to cover. Rudy, he's like Peter Herbstreit. He just wants to make appearances on shows, So Rudy is here to join us for all things Degen. Steve, how are you doing?
Doing good. Not the best betting or DFS day yesterday, though. Did well on the dailies on Underdog. Had a 40th place finish in the Wildcat. Almost got there. Just needed the Bears to not be as bad as they were. I don't think it was Rome's fault.
Well, at some point, pull up that lineup, or do you remember the lineup?
I can pull it up in a second.
Yeah, you tweeted it yesterday. I can find it on Twitter. While I'm doing that, let me say hi.
I found it real quick.
Okay, let's hear about that because that's exciting. The Wildcat has a lot of entries. How many entries are in the Wildcat?
That is a good question.
$3. Okay, so if you're not sure what we're talking about here, again, we're going to cover all the things. We're going to cover best ball portfolio, DFS, Underdog dailies, Monday night bets. But Steve finished. Speaking of Underdog dailies, the $3 Wildcat, he finished 40th for $250. And read your lineup, and that's a big tournament.
Yeah, it's out of 37,500 entries.
Okay, right. So, and you finished 40. So read that bad boy.
So my quarterback was Josh Allen, running backs, and this was the key combo: running backs, Ashton Genty, Amari, and Hampton.
The rookie running back special, yeah.
And then wide receiver Puka Nacua. Nacua, just because receivers did not have a strong week, he was a big separator from
right. So you had you had Allen, the two rookie running backs, Hampton, Genty, Puka, Rome, and that's who you needed more from. And then who was your tight end?
Hunter Henry. I mean, you could have gotten a few more points from Goddard or Warren, but Henry was fine at 10.9.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So a little more tight end points, a little more Rome points. I mean, Rome is so damn good. He is so fun to watch so far. Clearly the wide receiver one. Oh, why couldn't Caleb have gotten him a second tud? And then you would have really had a print fest on you. So let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll get into all these things, of course. Got Kix in here. Great to see you, Kix. A loyal sub. We appreciate you. Said great calls on Drake May and ETN. Yeah, she left a comment, and thank you for that on ETN. I didn't, because we have a Substack sub-only show on Saturdays. And Steve mentioned ETN. And I was thinking, well, I didn't think of ETN. That's all Steve. I'm always a Drake May girl. So I'm always on Drake May. But you were all over the ETN thing. And that was good. That was a great call. So great call on that. We got our guy Cody in here. Good to see you, Cody. Who's a good boy? Hey, Shalps. Yes. We've got the Rudy boy in here. Are you talking to Rudy or Steve? Always Rudy. Absolutely always Rudy. Makes sense. Good to see you. Cody, good to see you. Kix, good to see you. Mike Robb, makes sense. Steve would do great in the Wildcat. Dude came out here teaming Wildcat Cougars. We play at the bar. Love Mike Robb's jokes about you old lady going after the old lady Cougars since you love the olds. But yeah, you can never truly tame a Wildcat. Cougar's going to coog. Absolutely. Well, great to see you guys in chat. Hopefully your best ball seasons are off to a start. And that's what we're going to talk about first, Steve. We're going to talk about, but first of all, I said it already to you, but on the show, a big congratulations, because that's not easy to finish that high in like such a big tournament like a battle royale or Wildcat. There's so many different options in the daily streets, but it is nice that it's a $3 price point. You can get some more shots on goal. So that's absolutely awesome. Congratulations again. That was a fun one. I have not done well yet in the Underdog. I mean, it's like I'll cash for like min cashes, each week, but nothing excited. So as we go through Underdog Dailies, listen to Steve, not me on that. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so let's talk through Underdog portfolio here, Steve. Hey, buddy, how are we doing? Do you want to talk about our portfolio? Some's good, some's bad. I need to know from you how much. So the Neighbors was the big body blow yesterday to, Neighbors Truthers, which I mean, we saw 2 weeks ago, obviously great pick, and we can't control injuries. We can't turn injuries off. That's not bad process. That's just, sad. And it's unfortunately not over. We've had a ton of injuries through the first 4 weeks and we're going to have a ton more. And that's, that's what best ball is. How much Neighbors did you have? I'll go through mine after you go through yours. So break that down first.
Yeah. So in regular, which obviously are the most teams, I had 8%.
Okay. Yeah, I was with the field in regular contests.
I can't remember if it's sprint. One a sprint or marathon, I was like 11%. I'm trying to figure out which one that is now.
Okay. You're eating my sweatshirt, so you're going to have to get down. I'm sorry.
So sprint was 7%. So I think marathon was 11%.
So yeah, I was way higher on marathon, and that's where it hurts the most.
Around 10%.
Where were you around 10?
Pre-draft.
Oh, pre-draft. Okay, that's what I think. Pre-draft, I was 8. I looked at all this last night. Pre-draft, I was 8. Regular 10, so a little over the field. Let me check. Marathon was the real body blow. Because the two things I said with marathon is they gotta exceed expectations. And I think Neighbors would have been right in line with, it's really just Puka and Amonra in the first round that are crushing. The receivers are crushing. Still have a ways to go. But I think he could have, and you just needed them to meet or exceed expectations and stay healthy. And that just didn't happen. But it was marathon that I had the much bigger stand on him. And so that really, really hurts bad because losing marathon 17 in marathon. So I was basically 8 or 10 everywhere except marathon. I was 17. So that was a big bummer for me. The good news is your and I's Superflex strategy, 0 in Superflex. And I'm doing very well in Superflex so far. Okay, Rudy, you might have to go in the crate. This is insane. You and I were very much like, let's hit quarterbacks and running backs in Superflex early, 0 in Superflex. So that saved me on that. How about you? Because that was kind of your strategy too. I can't imagine you had much.
Yeah, I think I had them only 1% in Superflex.
Okay, yeah, I didn't figure you did because that was kind of your strategy too. Okay, calm down. Okay, so other portfolio reviews. Should we bring over and look at some of our sibling showdown? Do you want to talk about like how you're feeling about certain teams? Because I haven't done like a full I count each week. And by the way, we have 2 more games tonight before week 4 is complete. So we really can't be, but this is what we're going to do every Monday is start by talking a little best ball portfolio. Because if you're watching this, you probably watched us this summer ripping a lot of best ball drafts and doing a lot of best ball content. So how did you want to do this? Did you want to bring yours over? Did you want to just talk through some of your stuff? I can certainly
we can bring mine over. And I know we said Underdog, but do we want to start with my drafters or no?
Oh yeah. Well, you have a big, speaking of season long format. You want to bring over your drafters first?
Yeah, let me do that now.
You may have to talk and he may have to go in the crate. He's
just being good. I think the chat wants him.
Okay, well, chat, you decide. Do you want Rudy to eat my sweatshirt off and choke me, or do you want me, or do you want him to go in the crate? I'm thinking crate is going to be happening soon. Okay, so what place is it? You were in second place.
I'm in second place. I still actually could end up in first place. This is the Drafters Mini 2 $3 mini post draft. I did 73 entries, and I'm in second place in this one. My team is Dak, Geno, Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Bucky Irving, James Cook, Cam Scatterbu, JCM, DJ Giddens. Receivers, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Jacoby Myers, Mekembuka, Rashard Bateman, Keenan Allen, Darius Slayton, KLS, and then tight ends, Andrews, Ferg, and Theo Johnson. So I actually could get into first place because Keenan Allen didn't have a big score, and Chase would just need, because I'm only 10 points behind first. So if Chase has like 20 points, I would take over first place.
Gotcha.
For 25K. So I think this team is pretty live overall. This is obviously the drafters format, which is like the marathon. So it's a little, one thing to keep in mind in terms of like regular underdog best ball, we are 28 after tonight, obviously 2 more games tonight, but after tonight, we are going to be like 28.6% of the way through the regular season. This is a little less because all 17 weeks count the same.
Right.
But no, feel pretty strong about this team. Like I have 4 running backs I feel really good on, and JCM maybe kind of starts getting there as well. Receivers, the neighbor's injury actually helps me with Slayton and all that, but just kind of deep up top with Chase, Pickens, Jacoby Myers, Mbuka, Bateman, and Allen, and then 3 viable tight ends. So overall feel good about this team. I will say, like, had Donnie Mitchell not tackled that guy and killed that Jonathan Taylor 50-yard touchdown run, I already would be in first place for this. So
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
so those are the types
I
of
thought
things.
you were going to talk about the Adonai Mitchell like drop thing, but that didn't
that definitely hurt some Daniel Jones teams, but that just looking at this, I noticed that and I was like, "Oof, that is rough," because that's 11 points right there.
No, that's exciting. That's what's great about the marathon format. I like doing the marathon format because I do like. He's eating his bed right now. I'm just going to let that happen for right now. The training, it's going so well. Is what's great about the marathon or drafters format is, like you said, cumulative scoring, the full entire 17 weeks. Every week means the same. So none of those kind of strategies. And when you see something pop like this in week 4, you can kind of root it on. And the 2 things you need to hope is they keep doing what they've been doing and stay healthy. Mm-hmm. Those 2 things. So that, and so I'm really rooting that one on for you. And I know you and I both have a couple, in like the top 150 in the marathon contest. And again, I like half-point PPR scoring. So that's why I personally like the marathon better. I did some drafters, but I know you did a lot of drafters too. So that's awesome, Steve, that you have one already in second. How are you doing overall on drafters? Any other high ones that are going to be fun to watch?
I definitely have a few, like in their biggest tournament, and again tonight, because I do a pretty decent like Broncos and even Bengals exposure. Yeah, like I have one team in top 500 already, another team in top 1,000. In the Superflex, I have 2 teams and 1 team at 101. So I have essentially 3 teams in top 100 in the Superflex. In the early mini, I have a team at 27th. So just some chances to go on a run. I have a team at 116 in the other early mini, and then a top 500 team in the bigger early. So definitely some things to look forward to. And even this, I got another couple other teams in top 500 of this mini as well. So definitely a few teams that I feel can make some runs.
What about in the main? I'm sorry, I missed that.
In the main right now, I just have 2 top 1,000 teams, another right outside of it. So, they're going to need to start producing more.
Right.
This one's kind of similar. Dak, May, Darnold, Bijan, Jacobs. And this is what I mean. Like I have Dobbins tonight, so I could pick up some points there because I forget who my flex was in this, but it was Justice Hill, so never mind.
Well, like Mike said here,
I could pick up some wide receiver points with Sutton.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, and like Mike says, Steve's also in 278, but for 30, crazy how the difference is. And yeah, the different tournaments are different, depending on, the size of them can be, some are more top heavy than others on the drafters format, but it is crazy. But I was looking at marathon and it's like, you and I have a couple teams in the top, like 130, 140, something like that. And it's not that far from where to be in like the top 10, so again, teams that are starting to rise, it only takes, what you need is consistency each week. You can't just get body blowed by like a 70-point week or a 60-point week. You need these consistently be putting up these, like on Underdog. It's like, and I'll bring mine over in a minute once Rudy is settled. God, he's like Houdini right now. You just need that to consistently put up good weeks and obviously get some massive weeks, and you can just keep jumping. So this is a fun one to watch. Why don't you talk about a couple? Are there any other drafters, or why don't you bring over your Underdog And then I need to go get him some toys or decide if I'm putting him in.
All right, let me bring over my Underdog.
Okay, and you can talk through your Underdog, kind of what teams you're most excited about right now. Again, we don't have exact numbers on our oh, this is our advance rate in X, Y, and Z, because you and I really diversified also. Not only did we both do, you did a lot on drafters. We both did a lot of marathon. You did a lot of sprint. I did some sprint. You did a ton of super flex. I did some super flex, rookie, sophomores. We really diversified the different types of contests. And if you were watching our content all summer, you saw that a lot of different types. It wasn't just the classic. We really did those other different types of contests like marathon, sprint, super flex, rookie, sophomore. God, was there something else? Eliminator, which you can talk about that. So, because you obviously have some eliminator sweats going. And all those things. So we really diversified. And so, as the season goes on, I was thinking, Steve, we could do after week 7, because that'll be over halfway through the regular season of the classic contest, right? I figured we could do here's where we stand, and, not to take L's or W's, but okay, this is what we feel really good about. This is what we don't feel really good about. And we can do something like that. And then of course, maybe as the playoffs approach, we can maybe do another big underdog show. Maybe we can get the whole team on for some of those things and that kind of stuff. But you, again, diversified so much on Underdog. And I know you had some eliminator, you had a first quarter finals, you had a big eliminator. So why don't you update the people on that while I make sure Rudy doesn't, eat his bed.
Yeah, I mean, that's good strategy. So first I'll talk about the first quarter. Unfortunately, right now I am in 180th. I still have Dobbins tonight, and the threshold for him to hit is not going to be that high. I forget, what does he need to clear? So my 2 running backs were Hill and McCaffrey, but my flex is Pearsall at 6.6. So unfortunately, my team started out really well with Shakir early touchdown and Buka having a good early game, but and even Jaden Higgins, he's counting for me at 8.9, but Pearsall getting hurt, Darnell Mooney getting hurt, Purdy, that fumble at the end, because Pearsall was out by then, but Purdy, I lost, the points on the fumble, and then Purdy and McCaffrey down the stretch could have easily combined for another 10, 15 points, and kind of at least gave me a shot for a decent score. But so didn't really get there, unfortunately. But overall, happy to be in the finals. Hopefully I can stay above the 50 mark and maybe get back to 75 to profit a little bit. My eliminators this week, I had 4 regular eliminators left. 1 big eliminator I'm in first, so I'll easily advance out of that. And my 4 regular eliminators, right now I'm advancing 2, missing 2, but I have a chance to advance all 4. Probably should at least advance 3. The 2 that I'm in, this is the one against PPR Tyler. For him, he was missing a few more players. CD, I was missing Connor. He was missing CD and Coker and somebody else. He does still Garrett Wilson, but I'm up by 35 points.
Okay, I was just going to ask the PPR Tyler eliminator because I saw the tweet, thought it was hysterical. So you're up by 35. He has Garrett Wilson and anybody else tonight?
No, I if I remember correctly, I think that's it for his team. Oh, he's got Taj Brooks, but Taj Brooks would have to beat 8.7 points. Garrett Wilson only has to beat 3.5 points. So Garrett Wilson.
But he would have to have a massive.
Yeah, he'd have to have the peak Tyreek Hill games, and at the same time, I can pick up points because Bo Nix just has to beat Bryce Young. That's 10.3, and then Keenan Allen is my low scoring receiver at 6.2, and I have Cortland Sutton and Malik Washington. So just I feel pretty confident in that one. This one I also feel pretty confident. The guy that I'm playing against only has Braylon Allen, Jalen Wright, and I'm by even more or about the same. And I have, I think, Sutton or Higgins, Sutton and Higgins. And then these other 2, one I'm down by 5. This guy has Devin Achane, and I think I have Sutton. So I need Achane to have a pretty bad game.
Yeah.
And Chain needs to beat like 9.6. Sutton needs to beat like 5.5 for me. So I have a chance. This one measured down by 10, but I have a much better chance because this guy's done. And I have Chase Brown potentially at running back, but I have Higgins and Sutton, and they only need to beat 5.4 and 3.5. So likely, and then Gesicki could beat 10.9. So
yeah, because what's his face is out tonight. No Fance out. So
yeah.
So you had how many eliminators going into this week? Because you only did like
19.
You only did 19. So you had 4 going into this week. Do you feel, I just need the summary of that. Do you feel like all 4 could move on?
All 4 could move on. I think I'll get 3.
Okay, you think you'll get 3. And you're still looking like you're going on in the big eliminator, right?
Yeah, I'm in first place and top 8 teams advance or whatever it is. So.
Okay. And then okay, so that's big eliminator. That's exciting. That's eliminator. That's exciting. And Mike says, please, please, please make an X post about this eliminator win with PPR Tire. So not a big Garrett Wilson night. Like you said, Bo Nix should probably replace Bryce Young because Bryce Young only got like 12 points yesterday, right?
10.9 points.
Oof,
so
yeah. Okay, so Mike wants you to make a post on that. You'll have to do a quote retweet on Tyler's post, but that was funny that you guys matched up. Cody, if you're still in chat, I saw you were doing excellent on the eliminator. Let us know how your eliminators are going. I know you were doing really, really great. Mike says, have either of you had a weekly winner close to calls? I have stunk at weekly winners 2 years in a row. I was not doing any. I did that one special where you had to do like 4 of each of the different flagships. So I have 4. I stink. So I know, not even close. I stink at weekly winners. Next year, even if there's a special, I'm not even going to do weekly winners. How are you doing, Steve?
I've done 25. I've only cashed 1 so far. I've had a lot just miss the cash line. So, but I am getting hit harder with injuries there because I think I have Neighbors a couple times. I've Burrow a few times, Kittle. So. That's not
winner
gone.
Plays. They just, bad variance on that. And again, we will start to do maybe like every few weeks, like, at the halfway point as, essentially maybe like every 3 or 4 weeks, we'll start to do maybe some longer best ball shows about, okay, this is looking good. This is looking bad. We take an L here. Let's take a W here. Let's, hope this goes well. But like, while you have your screen pulled up, are there any other teams that, and then, like I said, when we do those, maybe like, every 3 or 4 week shows, we can go dive deeper. Okay, here's where we are at advance rate and that kind of stuff. I know you're not going to dive in that, but are there any teams you want to pull up that you're really excited about? And then I can pull over my marathon team.
I honestly haven't looked too specifically at certain teams. I just kind of break it down like, higher dollar ones, mid-tier, low dollar. And I'm doing okay, pretty good. I'm, depends on what your cutoff is, but like, for instance, the Chow Chow, I'm currently advancing 5 of my 9 teams. And the
that's excellent that you're currently advancing 5 of 9 right now. That's great.
Yeah. So like the Huskies, the 2 combined, there's 20 teams. I'm advancing, I think 6 of them. So that's above above expected. So things like that, I'm kind of focusing on right now. Like of my 4 Bulldogs, I'm advancing 2 of them, so I feel good about that. The Great Dane, my Great Dane team is pretty dead. Like I've got like 3 injuries on there.
Did you have like Burrow or Neighbors or somebody like early?
Well, it's I had Chase Brown, who's basically dead, and then Connor and Eckler at running back. Like right now, I'm going to get a few more points because I only have 1 scoring running back so far. Either Braylon Allen or Chase Brown will count for me. But Mike Evans, losing Mike Evans, I thought there was somebody else injury-wise. I'd missed a couple weeks of Purdy, so hasn't been good.
What place are you in that?
I'm currently in 11th, but I have a 0 right now at running back, so I'll probably move up a few spots because, as you can see, it's super close. Like only 4.
I was going to say because you'll get Evans back. Purdy, God, 49 is like the walking wounded.
Best case scenario, I would limp into a 4th place advance. But I'm behind. So
are there any teams in clicking through? Like I know, like you said, and that's what I look at too. Like, okay, in the higher dollar ones, I'm advancing X percent. That's good because you can just kind of eyeball that. But are there any of those teams that you're like, ooh, I'm kind of like really liking this team?
I haven't really focused on any particular teams. Like I've clicked on some, and like it's like this Dalmatian. I feel like I'm, quarterback's okay, running back's really strong. Receiver, I need help, and hearing like Ricky Pearsall's probably going to miss a couple games isn't great. Tillman's going to miss a couple games, so yeah, Godwin is back now. Slayton is in a better situation. Maybe I can get through. I'm definitely strong right now. I'm in first, and in a top 4 advance, so I'm up by 40 some points already, which is good. But I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need guys to be healthy down the stretch, of course. But my running backs are super strong with Barkley, JT, and James Cook.
Oh no, that's great. And so, yeah, I think each week until we do like I said, every 3 or 4 weeks, we'll do some longer, just best ball shows here on the channel. But every Monday, as we're checking in on our portfolio, let's start like picking out, oh, I'm feeling liking this team. I'm liking this team, that kind of stuff. Why don't you pull up your marathon team? I'm trying to find the point total because it's so difficult on Underdog.
Yeah.
But you and I both have a team. I pulled mine up, but while your screen's still up, you and I both have a team in the marathon in like the top 140. But again, from where first or second, or like, okay, so 10th place in the marathon is 603 points. I'm at like 130 something. You're like 120 something. I was trying to find the point total for that. You could bring that over, and then I can bring mine over, look at my marathon team, and then we can look at some of our sibling showdown teams that are currently cashing. Do those have life or not? I'm trying to find the point total for you, Steve. Steve-O Speak, 118, 574.80. That's a marathon team that you have. And then I'm at right behind a couple fantasy flocks. It's so funny when you see names you recognize. I'm at 571. Oh, I fell last night somehow. I was in the top 140. Now I'm at 160, 571.02. Or do I have another one? I'm confused. It is not. Does BBMD have marathon up yet? Because that made it
not yet. I saw they added Superflex. I'm hoping marathon.
Oh, nice. Okay, so future weeks we can use BBMD to look at like. Again, I only did BBMs kind of for content, so I only have like 20 BBMs. But we can look at BBM, we can look at Sprint, we can look at Marathon, we can look at Superflex. We can utilize BBMD a little more because that's a little bit more user friendly. So you pull up that. Let me catch up on chat because I appreciate everybody. First of all, appreciate you all joining us on this Monday before a Monday night doubleheader. Hit that like button as you're coming in, or if you're watching on replay. And of course, if you're not subscribed, we have content every single weekday covering best ball, Underdog dailies, DFS, and NFL betting. So make sure you are subscribed. So, okay, we covered the weekly winners. We covered the PPR Tyler Eliminator. Okay, Cody said, I knew he was doing well in Eliminator. I've got 7 of 30 remaining in the Eliminator. Should get 4 or 5 of those 7 through. That's awesome. Really should have maxed this tournament. Okay, because he did 30. He did like a fifth of it. So, but yeah, to still have had 7 and should get 4 or 5 through. That's awesome, Cody. Good luck tonight to hopefully push through 5. Jeff says, next year I'm going heavy in the eliminators instead of weekly winners. Yeah, no more weekly winners for me. Even if there's what movie is that from where he's like, even if there's a fire, even if there's a special, I'm not doing weekly winners anymore. I stink at weekly winners. Putt Daddy, what is up? Great to see you as well. Big Eliminator 6 of 8 this week. So I guess he might be in it too. So hopefully, Steve, you can push on in that big Eliminator.
It's 6 of 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 6 of 8 this week or next? Meaning,
I think he meant this week. Yeah, I knew I was in first and very comfortable.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so you're moving on in the big eliminator, which is, do you know what it is next week?
I'd have to look.
Because that's what you made finals in that eliminator format last year. So that's why you did one of the big eliminators. We got Coolers in here. Good to see you, Coolers. Did either of you play the 5 through 8 second quarter? I've been so busy keeping up with like in-season content and honestly, DFS, betting, battle royale type stuff that I didn't actually. Yeah. Did you, Steve?
No, I didn't.
I actually, Steve, also, I'm like the Michael Scott. Like I'm a little stitious. Like I like almost now that we're in the season, I'm like, well, I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little bit superstitious. So I think that was part of it. And honestly, just so busy with all of our other DGen content and action, NFL bets and underdog dailies and DFS. So I did not, and Steve didn't. But they should be doing the resurrection soon, which you made the finals for that.
I don't think they're doing resurrection anymore.
Oh, do you think the whole first quarter, the quarters are replacing the resurrection? Are you bummed out about that, Steve?
I mean, I preferred the resurrection over the first quarters and second quarter. I mean, second quarter is interesting. I talked some of the strategy over with Who Hames. It was definitely interesting because week 8 is the finals, and that week has the most buys. So, and some positions are like totally washed, like tight end. That's Laporta, Bowers, and McBride. So it's like you can't even take any top tier tight end.
Okay, so let's get to the rest of the chat, and then we'll look at our marathons, our sibling showdowns. A couple questions in chat. I can pull some stuff from BBMD because Cody asked about BBMs. So Who Hames, good to see you. You have your show with Who Hames every Tuesday at what time, Steve?
3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m.
3 Eastern. So check out that. And Steve's going to start doing an Underdog Daily show tomorrow afternoons before his Who Hames show. So check out that. Mike Ruff said you missed the Adam Thielen injury. I guess just because he's getting literally no action, which sucks. We got that in here with the hashtag 0RB is dead. Steve's Christian Mingle accounts can say Marathon Man. Oh my God. Okay. Even if there's a fire, Step Brothers. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. I'm having problems focusing with the dog. I brought in like 5 different toys. He went through that puzzle, Steve, that cleared that out. And now he's working on, I don't know, something that hopefully will get him from biting my sweatshirt. Okay. Big Eliminators 6 to 8 next week as well. Tyler Warren. Oh yeah. Tyler Warren in the second quarter. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Cause like I said, tight end's totally messed up.
Okay. So Cody asked highest scoring BBM team so far. Well, actually I'll get back to this. Why don't you go over your marathon team? Then I'll pull over to look at my favorite marathon team and our sibling showdown teams. And before I pull that over, I'll pull over BBMD because I have that pulled up. So read your highest score. You and I have a couple in like top 1 to 160. What's your
this one? I'm at 118. I'm Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, running backs Travis Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Taj Brooks, Austin Eckler. So I'm only got 4 running backs the rest of the way, unfortunately.
But James Cook and Jonathan Taylor are your 2 big ones? No,
Travis Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor.
Wow, I'm really having problems listening. Mike's going to give me a hard time on that.
Yeah. This is ordered by how they scored this week.
I know. I hate that it doesn't order it how it's drafted. Yeah.
Well, I actually set this up because I wanted to see Khalil Shakir, Rome Odunze, Xavier Worthy. So now I'm getting Worthy backs big for this team because Chris Olave, Cedric Tillman's going to miss some time. Jalen Coker's still been out. DeAndre Hopkins, Cortland Sutton. So I could even get some more points tonight.
Yeah.
And then 2 tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, Zach Ertz. So.
Yeah, which both mid-late tight ends doing really well. That's awesome. All right. Anything else you want to show on your screen before I'll bring over BBMD first and then go to mine?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So Cody asked, let me bring this over. We got BBMD up. Cody asked highest scoring BBM so far. I only did it for content. Somehow I'm advancing 6. I thought I was only advancing 4. Was there I swear it looked so late last night, and I feel like stuff has changed.
It takes a while, unfortunately. I don't know how many it was, but when I went to bed last night, 1:32 a.m. versus when I woke up this morning, it was definitely changed.
Okay, that's why I was at 1:30 in that marathon, and then now I'm at 160. But again, still the point differential is not. It's still attainable to hit a top 10 score of some of those ones, like this team that you just mentioned, the team that I'll mention. But I did notice some scoring stuff was different. So let me look on BBM because most of mine were content, on Fanspeak. So I can tell you the ones that are caching. Okay. So my highest scoring BBM is 5, not that great. I mean, it's 515.96. This is the team. And let me see who I drafted that with. You. Oh my God, Steve, this was that team that we were how is this value keep falling? Baker fell to, let me read it. Baker Mayfield, Drake May, Justin Herbert, Jameer Gibbs, James Cook, Caleb Johnson. Whoops. Maybe he comes on late. Cam Scatterboot, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Lad McConkey. Okay, we need him to step up. Mike Evans, need him to come back. Travis Hunter, need a little more from him. Stefan Diggs. Okay, we need a little more from all of our receivers.
Diggs look good. He's back. He got his first 100-yard game in a game where
I know.
Drake May stopped throwing. So
Keenan Allen and Romeo Doubs have been carrying us here the last
just how we intended.
Just exactly how we dialed it up. Keenan Allen, Romeo Doubs, DeAndre Hopkins. That's for you, Mike Robb. Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, Pat Freiermuth. Obviously, Hunter Henry has been massive. But this was that one, Steve, 814. I have labeled it on my phone so I can see the date, see who I drafted it with. 814. I remember this. We kept being like, oh my God, like Baker fell to like 100. May fell to like 120. Herbert fell to like 145 or something like that. Like like we kept getting like crazy value. Scatterbo, our guy, fell back to us at like 118 or 120, when then he was still going at like, 107 or something like that. So Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, this was right before the massive boom. Not that we got him, I want to say like in the 170s. This was like right before the massive whatever. The good news about this is a lot of our receivers are underperforming, but we saw Diggs start to pop. So Keenan and Allen, Romeo Doubs are holding it down. But like maybe Mike Evans comes back. Maybe we get Lad McConkey more involved. Maybe Travis Hunter develops a little more. He is, a rookie. So, I think there's a lot there to like. So that is my highest scoring team. As far as the other ones that are cashing, let's see. So it is 6 of 24, 25%. That's fun. My one's cashing. One is me just by myself. Oh, I labeled it last BBM on August 30th. 2 sibling showdowns, one with Candyman, one with Neil, and one with Emo Cowboy. And I think Dak is a presence in a lot of these, and Scatterbo is a presence in a lot of these. So go Dak and Scatterbo.
You have a lot of, I notice on BBMD, you have a lot of like 3rd and 4th place teams also. So.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I do. I mean, of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3rd or 4th too. Again, I only have 24. So let's check out you now while we're over here on the BBMD, which shout out to, what is his name? He is the best. I mean, doing this.
I can't remember your name. It's Diablo on
Twitter, doing the Lord's work. This is so cool. Okay. So Steve is 33%. Nice. 27 out of 80 for Steve, currently advancing 33%. Your highest score, Steve, is 562. Let's read this one. Mahomes, Stroud. Oh, Steve. Oh, your quarterbacks are ass. How is this? Mahomes is good, but okay. Mahomes, Stroud, Young, a chain, Cook, Scatterbo, Ford, Eckler, Amon-Ra's crushing. Worthy's back, Rome's crushing, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Hollywood Brown, Darius Slayton, Trey Tucker. Oh, Trey Tucker. Mark Andrews, and Mike Gesicki. I actually don't love that team.
Well, the thing is, I'll probably actually get some more points tonight because I just had Cook and Scatterbo at running back points, like a chain.
So where do you get the regular season for the top 10,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won at 10,023. You have 5 right there. So that's exciting. Let's look at your second one because I didn't love that team. Okay, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones. Okay, now we're talking. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Austin Eckler, Sampson, T. Higgins, Worthy, Pearsall, Diggs, Keenan Allen. I mean, he's just a staple of high-scoring teams right now, just holding it down. Christian Kirk, Trey Tucker, another Trey Tucker. How much Trey Tucker did you draft, bud?
I don't know, like 4%.
Oh, okay. Well, he's popping on some of these BBMs for you. Well, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, and Harold Fannin. Does anybody else want to see any of Steve's other high score? He said, Cooler said, I love the way Meg reacted to that team, like the way you'd react to seeing a car crash. I was like, ooh, yes, Patrick Donovan. Yes, shout out to Patrick Donovan. He is awesome. This is amazing. We are all grateful. This is how I was able to have a marathon sweat last year because it was awful on Underdog. No offense. Love Underdog. Brett, if you come in here, we love you. We love Underdog. But and I think it's improved, continuing to improve, but shout out to Patrick Donovan. Any other, while I have this up, anything else on your BBM or anything else you want to look at while I'm here? And then I'll pull over our Underdog.
No, I will say, like I said, I know they are adding more and more, but yeah, they've added the Superflex. You can get all the regular contests on here.
How do I get that more?
You can just hit select tournament. You can keep the user the same and then hit select.
Tournament. That's right. Okay, gotcha. So it's not all, you'd have to go tournament by tournament to see the different Superflex and stuff, right?
Yeah. So
like if I did Puppy Superflex, let's see how Steve is doing in Puppy Superflex. Okay. 26. Oh, Steve, only 17% there.
Yeah, it's not strong yet, but
I'm having a good Superflex. How is this happening? Rottweiler Superflex. Okay, 1 of 4. Steve, you are so good at Superflex. You, Tyler, and Whohamers are like competing here. Pug Superflex. Let's see. Okay, 2 of 3. There's only 3 there. You have a 1 at 142. Let's check out that one. Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers. That's fun. Besides Bryce Young, Barkley, Cook, Scadaboo, Etienne, Ramondre, Rashad White. Love that. Worthy, DK Metcalf, Shakir, Hollywood Brown, Quentin Johnson, Darius Slayton, Ray, Trey Tucker, Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith. And remember, with Superflex, you only have to fill 2 receiver positions. So that's why Steve and I were really heavy. That's why I dodged Neighbors in this one. That's great that you can do all the different contests here. It might be honestly easier to look at some of our favorites here as we go through week to week.
Yeah.
And once he adds marathon here and sprint, that'll be really, really cool too. Let us know if there's any. Okay, he said top scoring Superflex team. So let's see. That was Pug. Let me see your other ones because you didn't have a great advance rate yet in Puppy, but you might have had. Okay, let's see. German Shepherd. 2 of 20. Okay, Steve, we really need your Superflexes to come up. But you have one at 95th. So hopefully this is a fun team. Lawrence Stafford, Danny Dimes. You did a couple backups, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, shout out Cody. As a Bengals fan, do you want to mail it in or do you want like a Kirk Cousins trade? I guess we have to see what happens tonight. But if I were a Bengals fan, I think I'd be rooting for a Kirk Cousins trade. What would you think, Steve?
I'm actually surprisingly, I'm really doing well in all the puppies. Like the regular puppies.
The regular puppies. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the Puppy Superflex, see if you have any ones popping there. I believe in you, Steve. I believe you're Superflex.
Well, as I told you, the Superflex strategy is, the elite quarterbacks, multiple elite quarterbacks early. That's a long play because in a single week you can have, like a Puka and Christian McCaffrey team go off, but are they going to do it and beat out like a quarterback for your Superflex? But that's just not going to consistently happen, particularly once bye weeks hit, things of that nature.
Cody, our team is not advancing yet, but still plenty of time to go. Yes, I drafted with Cody, Haynes, Chad Candles, PPR Tyler, Hartman, Tom Strachan, Felix Castro, Pat Fancy Dog Pound, Coach Speak Index, Nez. I mean, there's tons of these.
I think I was looking. I didn't draft with this many people.
So I drafted, they were mainly friends of best ball. So it'll be fun to see which ones of my best ball friends and I move on. Not yet, Cody, but you never know. Right now, it's 2 sibling showdowns, 1 me solo, 1 Candyman, 1 Neil Orfield, and Emo Cowboy currently advancing our BBMs, but long way to go there after DeAndre Hopkins. Dude has so many penalties called against him. Mike Robb is a big DeAndre Hopkins bull, and I have plenty of him. FK Cooler says, Meg, which country have you picked to flee to if one of the stream draft wins and so you can avoid pain? Listen, I am so honest. I swear to God, I would pay up, factoring out all the implications or whatever. I mean, I heard Malta is nice this time of year.
Meg could not find Malta on the map if you gave her the $2 million.
Be nice.
Could you?
No, God, no. I'm terrible with geography. Awful. Is there anything else on BBMD before I bring over Underdog? We're spending a lot of time on this, but honestly, the people who watch our content probably like this more than DFS. But we love DFS too. Okay, let me pull over and look at my favorite marathon team, and then we have a marathon team together, and then a couple of our sibling showdowns, and then we can move on as far as our pet portfolio review. So let me find, I think I found the one. So this is the one that's in like 160. Is it? Did I say 571? Are you? It'll be.
Yeah, because mine is 574.
Okay. So this is my highest scoring marathon team currently. And right now it's in 160th, 571. But again, from the top, where did that go? From the top, from where Steve and I are scoring in the 570s to the top, it's like the top guys, like 60 points difference, but like to the top 10, it's only like 20 points difference, right? Something like that. Okay. So this is in random order, but I'll try to read it. Dak, Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Cam Scatabo, Braylon Allen, Rashad White, Taj Brooks, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Steph Diggs, DK Metcalf, George Pickens. Thank you for last night. T. Higgins going tonight. That's why I want another quarterback for Cincy, because I do have plenty of Higgins. Pat Fryermuth, Mike Gesicki, Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson has been massive for my entire portfolio. And I tweeted that today, quote retweeting something about Dak. I feel like Dak and the Cowboys have such like Bengals 2024 vibes. Don't you think? Like, just like Burrow last year, he's going to have to throw. They're going to be in a ton of high scoring games. Their defense stinks. And God bless, I wasn't like one of those people that, I'm only taking Dak if I have Lamb. No, if I had Lamb, I was always trying to take Dak. But if I took Pickens, I would take Dak. If I sometimes just backstacked them with like Ferguson, sometimes I did like Ferguson Pickens together and then took them. What are you doing now? Come here. Let's go. So I'm very, very happy that like you and I were both very on the Cowboys offense, but especially the Cowboys passing offense, and willing to get different stacks with Dak, right? So in this one, no Lamb, obviously, but I have a double stack with both Pickens and Ferguson. So I love that. And then a lot of, obviously I'm anchored by CMC and Jonathan Taylor. And then I feel like Scatabo can, be a great third to hit the flex. And then I do have some depth there. But then, my other quarterbacks can still put up usable scores if Dak has a down week. And I hope doesn't miss time. But you know what I mean? Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, at least they give some sort of floor, because you don't want to take a 0 at quarterback. You don't want to take like a score of like 10, like Bryce Young gave this week. You know what I mean? You want to just consistently, because you need to put up this. So it says all weeks. In marathon, let's see what it did this week. 158. This one that's like scoring high. Last week 3, 146. Week 2, 155. Week 1, 110. So my lowest has been 110. My highest has been 160.
I mean, that's essentially the difference. That week 1, you were like 30, 40 points off, and that's the difference, because every other week you've probably been, roughly near the top.
Right. Right. So week 1, that was before Cam Scatabo, right? So there we got that. But a lot of these receivers, what I feel good about this team is a lot of these receivers have kind of started slow, and it's been anchored by kind of Keenan Allen and Roma Dunze. But we saw a big game from Metcalf. We saw a massive game last night from Pickens. I hope there's a trade to like a Kirk Cousins to keep the Bengals alive, so till Burrow comes back for a week. Obviously he'd only come back if they were alive. So I hope it's someone other than Browning, but there's T. Higgins. So Steph Diggs popped off yesterday. So I like it because there's feels like meat on the bone, right? So anyways, that's the marathon, my favorite marathon team. There was another sibling showdown marathon team. Let me see if I can quickly find it, that I really liked as well. And again, this will be so much easier when God bless Patrick Donovan, because the BBMD is awesome. All right. So you and I had sibling showdown. Let me find, I can find it pretty quick, I think. Okay, 548. Let me see if I can find a sibling showdown 548, because then you have to just find the score. It's harder to find on the.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't even show the scores here, does it?
No.
Yeah, it's the second place team, so I might not be able to find it. Okay, I'll read it from here. So here's our sibling showdown. Remember, 814. Remember, we drafted every flagship. We drafted Eliminator, Sprint, Marathon, BBM. Love the 814 BBM. Love our 814 Marathon. So August 14th, this might have been our jam. Drake May, Caleb Williams, Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, Omarion Hampton, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Justice Hill, Kyle Monangai, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, BTJ, a lot of meat on the bone there. Whoa. Steph Diggs, JMO, Calvin Ridley. Okay, that when we get to that is looking like an L for me. Hope maybe he gets traded. I don't know. It's so bad. Jake Ferguson, Zach Ertz, Pat Fryermuth. So yeah, I really like that team, Steve. I mean, it's another team where you're anchored by right now Christian McCaffrey, Marion Hampton, Jordan Mason, but definitely some meat on the bone for the receivers to continue to improve, like JMO, Diggs, Brian Thomas, Calvin Ridley would probably take a trade. But what do you think about that one? That's a sibling showdown.
Yeah, and just on the Calvin Ridley thing, like he only played 50% of the snaps yesterday. They said he was dealing with something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the big thing there is you just need Cam Ward to get better. And we'll, look, we'll talk about a little tonight about look at Bo Nix last year. You look at his games, first half of the year versus second half of the year. He produced so much more fantasy wise. Cortland Sutton went from being like wide receiver, top 25 wide receiver in the first half of the year, and weeks 9 on, he was a wide receiver, I think 9, if I'm not mistaken. So we kind of hope you need to hope Cam Ward is that kind of like progression where he's just much better, and then his guys start getting there.
All right. I was trying to search on the app. Thank you for that too. I'm trying to like search on the app because it's so much easier to find than the desktop of like sibling showdowns and fun contests. We covered the one BBM. So, I mean, I'll get like a count of like how many of our sibling showdowns versus stream, like again, when we do those like every few weeks best ball shows, but you and I definitely have a bunch sibling showdowns cashing. I don't know an exact number off the top of my head, and I don't know exact percentage, but we definitely have some fun ones like BBM. Here's a fun Husky one. Let me pull up. Is it the Husky 1 or Husky 2? It looks like Husky 1, 731. So I have Husky 2. Let me pull up this. We'll just pull up a couple more and then we'll move over to, because I know we have a lot more to cover. But this one looks fun. So Sibling Showdown 731. Dak Prescott, again, Drake May, Aaron Rodgers, Bucky Irving, David Montgomery, Jordan Mason, Rashad White. I remember doing this where I think we accidentally did like a Tampa handcuff thing. Fine. Yeah. I'm fine. Rashad Smith, who's supposed to get some more work. Lamb, who has another 3 weeks to miss, maybe?
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3. Lamb. So this one was a Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson. We did a massive Dak passing stack. Mm-hmm. Lamb, Devontae Adams, George Pickens, JMO, Ricky Pearsall, Demario Douglas, Pat Bryant, Colston Loveland, Jake Ferguson, and Pat Fryermuth. So I when I was going through that, I was like, oh, that's a fun team. I like that. So any thoughts on that one, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a few guys healthy, like Loveland, like Lamb, but it could be, that is the nice thing about 3 advancing, where it's like, even if we slide a little bit,
right.
It's because right now it's in first, but if we could stay in the top 3 and those guys are healthy down the stretch, in the playoffs, it could be really good.
Okay. I'll try to figure out a better format for going through this on your account, on my account, on BBMD, looking for sibling showdowns and that kind of stuff. Those were just a couple sibling showdowns of Marathon, Husky, BBM, but I think actually we might have a sprint one advancing together. Here's one, 814. Oh my God. So fun. Let's see the sprint. I mean, we might have to have an 814 celebration day if any of these pan out, Steve. Oh shit, Joe Burrow. Okay, never mind.
Hey, we just need May and Darnold. I mean, people worried Darnold's going to get benched. That ain't happening. So. Yeah,
no, he looks great. So it's Burrow, May, Darnold, Bijan, Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Braylon Allen, Justice Hill. Justice Hill had a massive game this week.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey, T. Higgins, Mbuka, Pittman, Mims, Demario Douglas, Tyler Lockett, Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry. So we've probably had multiple weeks where tight end hit the flex. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Let's see. Well, so far this week, I mean, not the most common thing, but I mean, those 2 tight ends are really strong. So anyways, that's fun. I mean, we'll have to track these. The 814, what did we say? We were going to go around the horn and draft all the flagship contests. Could end up panning out pretty cool. So that's pretty fun. We got our guy Tim in here. Great to see you, Tim. Ferguson was awesome. I have some Goddard, but I definitely have more Ferguson. But like, I've always been a mid to late round tight end girl, and so far I'm feeling really good about that. Again, when we do more extended best ball look shows every few weeks, we'll like have a good format for it and looking into stuff and like talk through kind of wins and losses and that kind of stuff. What we were right, what we were wrong, those kind of things. Oh, we got our guy Gritty in here. I might have missed it, but how are you both doing in the eliminator? I didn't do many. So I did like 14 or 15 and I had one left and it's probably donezo if Bo Nix scores like above like 15 points. So that's okay. I didn't go all in on the marathon. I only did like 15. And I had one or two that I liked last week that went out. I didn't actually even like this team that's still in it. So it's gone. But Steve, tell Gritty about your eliminator and then we'll go over to the other stuff.
So I only did, I have one big eliminator that's going to go through. I did 19 total eliminators. I have 4 left. Currently I'm advancing 2, not advancing 2. The 2 that I'm advancing, I should definitely go through them up by at least 30 some points and just actually have more outs than the other teams. There's a chance I advance all 4, but I think I'll advance one of the 2 remaining. So outside, barring something crazy, I should at least advance 2, probably 3.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, I thought you said you were going to advance. You have 4 left and you're hoping to advance 3. Basically.
Yeah, I should advance 3. There's an outside chance I advance all 4.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's, and then you updated, you were in the first quarterfinals, you updated that, moving on in the big eliminator and hope to advance 3. But great to see you in here, Gritty. We got our guy, and I know Gritty's been having a good season and best of luck to you as the season progresses. The Gale in here, great to see you. Faded Bowers this year too, feeling good about it. Yes. I am feeling good about. I was not an elite tight end girl. The only one I was like, I think I had 12% Kittle. And obviously that hurts. But he should be back, in 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, not this coming week, but I think maybe the week after.
Because they play Thursday. They play this Thursday. Yeah. So, okay. So let's go from that to a quick lineup review here on DFS week. Let me change the, it would be the DFS week 4 lineup review. Steve, as I'm doing that, what was your DFS experience this week? How did you feel about your week?
Definitely down. My quarterbacks, I was mainly in on Caleb, Mariota, Gino, and Lamar, and those did not go well. I did very low Josh Allen, unfortunately, or May.
You won. May scored right around Josh Allen and for much less.
Yeah. But I'm saying those are the only ones I played that did anything.
And who was the highest scoring? Mahomes and
Stafford and Mahomes.
So I wasn't on them. So
running backs, I did a little Genty, but not enough. But I was in on Hampton and CMC, Bijan. I had plenty of 3 running back teams, but receiver wise, outside of when I did play Puka, just didn't have the right guys. I mean, I'd have Debo a little bit, London a little bit in terms of bring backs, but those were pretty much in Mariota lineup, so those were kind of done there. So just not a good overall week for me. Just really missed on the quarterback position.
Yeah, not a good week for me. Caleb Rome was my biggest stack. I brought over, just did a few single entries and then kind of put them in the big tournament. And so I only cashed in 1 p. I mean, I only do like 5 or 6 lineups a week. I do like 5 or 6 lineups, putting them into like 10 different contests. But it actually depends on the week, how I feel. But I'll go do anywhere from 5 to 12 lineups. This week, I only did I want to say 6 different lineups, cashed in 1 p.m. I'll pull that over. But my big stand this week was Caleb Williams and Rome going against that Raiders defense. Caleb just didn't cut it, 212 yards and only 1 passing touchdown to Rome, which was nice. And Rome did not hit the 100-yard bonus. I bet him for 70 yards and he finished with 69 yards. So that was fun. Only 4 receptions, 69 yards. Luckily, he did get a touchdown. He's had a touchdown in every game so far this season and 5 touchdowns total. So very much the wide receiver 1 in Chicago, which is good for our best ball bags for sure. The Caleb to Rome stack and the Myers bring back, not it. Keenan Allen in that mid-range, not it. Then so I did have like a mini with Keenan Allen, Cam Scatterbo. I watched Cam Scatterbo get stopped within the 5-yard line like 4 or 5 times, and he had 2. I retweeted the Ian Hartitz tweet. of the guys who got stopped at the 1 and then didn't score on that drive. Happened 2 times in a row. I was standing up. I scared Rudy. He's now sleeping. I totally scared Rudy. Thought, because I also had a 3-leg touchdown parlay where I just needed Cam Scatterbo. I was standing up screaming and he did not get in. So that would have definitely helped because usage wise, it was there. I mean, his usage was amazing. Unfortunately, my biggest bet this week was his receiving yards, 25 plus receiving. I laddered it with McCaffrey, who got 90 receiving yards. So that was like one of my big, and it just Dart took off running way too much. So until I see, like, is that going to be a trend, or is it only going to be like he gets there and receiving in like super negative game scripts? Kind of see, but the usage was totally there as far as touches. I want to say he had 25 rushes, but he had 79 rushing yards, 2 receptions, 11, and he did get the 2-point conversion, did another backflip there. But yeah, really needed him to get in the end zone. James Cook was great. My only fire emoji. Brenton Strange was fine. Christian McCaffrey was good to great. I mean, his usage is absolutely off the charts. 92%. I mean, I think he's fantasy scoring he's like the top 8, would be a top 8 receiver, fantasy scoring receiver right now, except he's a running back. So he had the 1 receiving touchdown, 6 receptions, 92 receiving yards, and only 49 rushes. So he's not getting it done on the ground at all, but he's massively used in the receiving game. Hopefully that just, as Kittle and pieces come back, just kind of normalizes where he can, still get there both ways and not just receiving. So yeah, this lineup was just, we thought the process was right, stacking that Bears Raiders, and it was not. The one that I did hit, and this is why I play 1 p.m. only and stuff like that, to hedge off that, is a Drake May lineup. And I mean, it's not like it was like a $15, it was like a min cash, but at least it was something. But again, I can talk through our process because we walked through our plays, and Drake May was one of them. He only had like 17 passing attempts because Carolina was so bad. Another bet that tilted me, we missed. So in our betting card this week, I had Cam Scatterbo receiving. Obviously, Dart took off and ran too much. I had Roma Dunze 70 yards. He got 69. I had Drake May. We had Drake May 220 passing yards. He only threw the ball 17 times. He was 13 of 17 or 14 of 17. Super efficient, looked awesome, but he only had to throw it 17 times because Carolina was so bad. So he did not get to 220. He got 203. That was tilting. But he had 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 11 rushing yards. So he fire emoji again. Cam Scatterbo, Omarion Hampton. I did the double dip rookie running back. Kind of said all week, this is the week of the rookie running back. It was, but it was more Hampton, Ashton Genty, and Woody Marks. So I want to ask you about that in a minute. But as you can see here, the Hampton fire emoji, the Bijan Robinson fire emoji. We talked about doing 3 running backs. In this particular 1 p.m., I did the 2 rookie running backs in the same game with Bijan. Again, because this was a 1 p.m. only. Chargers defense against Dart was fine. Made a Henry stack. And then I had Debo who scored and Buka who scored, and then Mooney got hurt. So, had Mooney, it's not like I would have like hit the nuts if Mooney wouldn't have gotten injured. But, this at least was, I think, a well-built lineup that at least came to fruition and got something. Any other thoughts on kind of DFS lineup review type stuff from week 4? Any kind of process errors to kind of, learn from as we move into week 5?
No, I mean, this was one, and, it was just the way we played it. We thought the Giants would be playing from behind. That's why we were targeting Scatterbo's receiving versus rushing.
Right.
But the Giants played from ahead, and they only threw the ball 21 times. It was kind of similar to the Patriots. They just didn't throw.
Right.
And then, Hampton still got there, but Keenan Allen didn't, and
only QJ did, yeah.
And, they, actually Chargers having 6 sacks on 27 dropbacks is actually pretty impressive. But, they just, it was just one of those things where, that game just didn't go the way you expected it, and kind of the same to an extent for like the Patriots as well. Like, they actually didn't even run that efficiently. They only averaged like 4 yards a carry. But they had a punt return for a touchdown. They had some other short fields due to turnovers.
That's the other thing is short fields, and then just not the pushback at all. I mean, I think the last 2 drives May was out. So Yeah. So that's tough. You need that pushback at some level. You can't have these massive blowouts or defense getting, most of the way there. And that's kind of things to think about. I was said week of the rookie running back, but didn't end up playing Genty. That's on me. I did play some Henderson. He got a touchdown, but like you said, he didn't do much else. So, I think Scatterby was fine, but we needed him to get in the end zone or more receiving yards.
Yeah.
Henderson was okay. You again wanted Hampton and Genty, and I played a lot of Hampton, but not Genty. And Woody Marks. What's your take on the Woody Marks situation? I thought his profile was more just a receiving profile. Do you actually think he's going to be a thing all season for Texans, or do you think this was kind of fluky?
I don't know. I mean, that was a good touchdown run, but it was just blocked perfectly. I don't know how many times you can say the Texans will do that. Because that was actually his thing in college. He just had no rushing vision. And
I was gonna say, I know in the pre-draft rookie rankings, you didn't love him as like a runner. You basically thought he'd be like a third down specialist, right?
Exactly.
Am I wrong?
Exactly.
Okay. So how do you see the rest of the season going for because his price went up, obviously, as I'm pulling over week 5 early look, which is what we're next stage. We've done Underdog best ball portfolio. We've done week 4 DFS lineup review. Now let's do a little week 5 early look. We won't do Underdog Battle Royale early drafts today because there's a game starting in less than 2 hours. We've got a Monday night doubleheader. So we'll do a quick week 5 early look. Then we'll head over to the Monday night football doubleheader betting streets. Talk about some bets we like. We've already sent it to our Substack subs. Of course, free week trial. Again, we had a lot of bets that just missed this week. I think we were, for the whole week 3, we were 9-3, just awesome individual bets, hit one parlay. This week, a lot of lost by a leg, we missed Lamar by 2 yards, Rome Odunze by 1 yard. And then some of those fluky things like Drake May not getting there because of, the 17 attempts and that kind of stuff. So, but hey, our grandfather was a high school football coach. And he always said, we don't want excuses. We want results. So we had a great week 3. I'm not happy with week 4. We've already sent our bets and parlay to our Substack subs. Hopefully we have a better night tonight. And we're going to turn the page and research our ass off to have a better week 5 in both DFS and the betting streets. So let's do a quick week 5 early look, Steve, and then we'll get over to the Monday night betting streets since there is a game starting in 2 hours. So, I pulled over the wrong game. 10 games on October 5th, week 5. Let's just pull this over, take a look at pricing because guys like Woody Marks have gone up. So that's why I just wanted your opinion. Are you concerned about the best ball fade? I'm not really, because I just think the Houston offensive line's so bad. I understand he's all they got really running back wise because Chubb's not efficient anymore. But I don't know.
Chubb actually has looked okay as well.
Kind of he's mid at this point of his career.
Yeah. So I just don't know if Woody Marks, how sustainable it is. I mean, it is the Ravens are going to be missing half their defense, it sounds like. So maybe this is the game to play them. But
right.
At the same time, Ravens are also a team that they could just be pissed, and I don't want to deal with them. So it's
the Joe Mixon. I love that people are like, can we get a sign of life, proof of life from Joe?
Yeah, Mixon? I mean that's the other thing. We have no indication on Joe Mixon.
It doesn't sound good. I mean, there's
doesn't sound good, but
proof of
zero.
Life.
It's like the Roshan Johnson. There's never any news about him either.
It's so weird. It's so weird. So you're saying you need more Woody than Chubb? Mike always bringing the heat with the jokes. Absolutely love it. And love is he Mixon hanging out with Will Fuller in the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. So basically one of the long Woody Marks, were they both rushing touchdowns?
No, one was receiving, one was rushing.
Okay. But one was got blocked perfectly. And like you said, how often are you going to say that for the Texans? And it just kind of set up perfectly. And it was a long, I know he's explosive, but you just thought you didn't like him as a runner because you didn't think he had good vision.
Yeah. And also he typically goes down on he does not break.
He's not Cam Scatterby as tackle breaking.
Or Genty or Hampton. I mean, we saw look at Genty's long run. He was, he got plenty of contact, but he still was able to get through it.
Yeah. No, that was impressive. That was fun. I definitely was able to watch that more with less games going on in the 4 p.m. Eastern window. So yeah, no, I just remember thinking like, because Woody Marks is like, it's like speed and explosiveness, but not like vision and tackle breaking. Okay. All right. Well, let's get right into it. So week 5, we have 10 games on the main slate. Cause obviously, do we have another London game this week? I can't remember.
Yeah. Vikings are in London against the Browns.
Stay. Okay. They stay over there. Okay. It's against who?
The Browns.
Oh, that's not a fun one. Okay, so we have another international game, obviously Thursday, Monday, Sunday, Monday night. So we've got at the top, Lamar Jackson obviously came out with a hamstring. So TBD on that. Jaden Daniels, I'm guessing will come back this week. I know a lot of people
back, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like he'll be back this week against the Chargers, coming off a loss and this will be in LA. Hurts, who doesn't throw much, but they are very efficient. He put up 19. It was his first. He's had 2 passing touchdowns, but he didn't have a rushing touchdown yesterday, right? Yeah, his first game this season without a rushing touchdown. Did have 2 passing touchdowns, but only threw 24 times. So not throwing a ton, but Denver, Philly. Then you've got Goff against Cincinnati. That's appealing, but they can be very run heavy too. We saw in a game where they scored 34 points yesterday. He only had 13.7 because he's obviously not going to offer anything on the ground. So if he's not doing what he did in week 2 with 5 passing touchdowns, 334 yards, we saw last week, they put up 38 against Baltimore, but 4 rushing touchdowns, only 1 pass. So that's the thing with Goff. He is going to pop for some 4 or 5 touchdown games, probably even more often than Stafford. I said, I'm not playing Stafford because he has to go, 3 or 4 touchdowns. Okay, well, but I feel like Goff's going to do it more than Stafford, most likely. But like, it's just it's very hard to project when it's going to happen, in my opinion. Honestly, against Cleveland, you would have thought that would have been the week that it could have potentially happened. I know there were some very sharp DFS players that were interested in him. So I don't know. That one's tough for me, but you do have to like it against Cincinnati. Baker Mayfield at Seattle. Herbert against Washington. I think that's good. Dak, who we talked about, against the Jets, though you do have to worry, will there be enough pushback? Probably in that one, but and then Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, Justin Fields, Tua, and then you're just getting down to gross shit that we probably aren't interested in, because now it's not like you have cheap Mariota. I'm not interested in Browning against Detroit. So yeah, basically for me, Steve, I would say it's Herbert, Dak, Herbert against Washington and Dak against Jets. Even if Jets aren't a potent offense, we just know that Dallas's defense is bad. So, and you would have an easy run back if you wanted it with Garrett Wilson. Where are you going in the quarterback streets?
Yeah. I actually don't mind the other side. I mean, we'll see how he looks tonight, but Justin Fields against Dallas feels good also.
Point. Yeah. Yeah. Have to see how he looks tonight. Yeah. 5.6K for Fields at home against Dallas. That's a good call. I assume you still like Dak at 6K even against the Jets if they do give up points.
Yeah. Unless the Jets defense has really turned it around. So far, they haven't looked great as people expected them to look. So I think Dak is not as good outside. That is notable, but I'm honestly just hoping there's no Dallas injuries on that terrible field, MetLife Stadium.
Jeez, I know that is brutal.
That, claimed neighbors yesterday. But no, I mean, Herbert versus our defense, the Commanders, is not good. And I also think Daniel Jones against the Raiders in Indy. Keep in mind yesterday, Daniel Jones should have had a 80-yard, 75-yard touchdown, whatever it was to Donnie Mitchell. So that's 20 points right there.
Yeah, exactly. So
and would have hit the 300-yard bonus. So actually, it was a 10-point play for Daniel Jones.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because he only scores 12. But like you said, that of Donnie Mitchell, big gaff, was a 10-point play. Great point. Daniel Jones, 5.8K against the Raiders. Are you worried? I mean, it's like I was watching the game, but I was watching like the other 4:00 games on Red Zone. Like, why do you think Caleb didn't get there against the Raiders defense?
I mean, I will say the Raiders defensive line, particularly Max Crosby, is just a wrecking force. And, that is the issue. The Bears offensive line, particularly the tackle play, has not been good. Colts are better in that department. I think they'll figure it out. So, and I do also think like Colts are going to be a team that I'm going to really like to target inside the dome as well.
Yeah. Okay, so you like a bounce back spot, and again, could have been a 22 plus point day for Daniel Jones, had that Donnie Mitchell, but you like a bounce back spot for Daniel Jones. That's a good call out. I didn't even kind of go to that initially. I have to say, like Mike Robb said, I feel like Big Herbert bounce back week here, and he would probably be my favorite of the slate. Yeah. So any other ones to call out?
While I generally agree not needing to go too cheap, I will kind of say that, Sam Darnold could be in a sneaky shootout game against Tampa. He's just not been pushed at all this year. He's been very efficient.
Yeah.
But this
but
could
if you
be
get like a 303, then yeah. So then do you like Baker on the other side, or do you just respect the Seattle defense too much?
No, I think that game could be better than expected. Seattle's defense also hasn't really played like great quarterback or receiver play this year. So I just feel that one is in Seattle. So right. It's just a game that could get sneaky fun, and then it's ugly, but Bryce Young against Miami in Carolina, 4,700.
That is true. He's so cheap, and the Miami defense. Why did I click Cam Ward? The Miami defense is so bad. We'll see how it goes tonight. But I mean, he did have the one game that popped week 2, 26 fantasy points against Arizona. So I don't know. It's rough, but yeah, I guess that's a consideration. I just like the other one so much more. I think we had to see like how I want to spend the other money. So let's get to that. So we kind of summarized that we really like that, like Herbert, Dak, Daniel Jones area, but you could go to other things like Fields or Darnold or Bryce Young further down. So let's talk running backs now, Steve. At the top, the big ones are Jonathan Taylor, of course, against Vegas, Gibbs against Cincy, Barkley against Denver. Then you've got a chain, Bucky Irving, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry at 7K against Houston. I'm assuming you respect the Houston defense. Genty, obviously, raised slightly against Indy. Hampton obviously went up to 6.5K as he should against Washington. And then Kenneth Walker against Tampa. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like a number of these running backs, even in some tougher spots. I don't mind taking a shot. Bucky, we do have to, I know we got an MRI today, so we need to see what is up with that. That would very much open up Rashard White if he were to miss time, obviously.
I didn't even realize. I mean, that's what when there's so many games going on Red Zone, I didn't even realize. I knew he had a touchdown.
We didn't leave the game or anything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm going to keep riding Jonathan Taylor. His usage is just insane. 5 targets yesterday.
Yeah.
Another situation where Donnie Mitchell cost him a 50-plus yard touchdown.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
that's a 14-point play because that would have put him over the bonus, like if we're talking DraftKings. So, I mean, he would just have a monster game. Yeah. He would have had a monster game. I mean, Barkley's not getting there yet, but he's getting more targets than he did last year. Yeah. He's still getting carries. I feel like sooner or later it's just going to happen. And I know it's a tough matchup. I get that.
3 out of 4 games, 4 or 5 targets. That's nice.
A chain against Carolina feels pretty good. You need to pick your spots with him, I feel like, but that feels good. I do think they're going to start to unlock Genty more and more, and Hampton against us is strong. So, but I kind of do like the top. Gibbs is also great against Cincinnati.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. And that is a big one, honestly. That should probably be, I mean, honestly, I think of the expensive ones, it would be the top 2, Taylor and Gibbs for me. But like you said, you could consider Barkley a chain. And then I really do, may go back to these rookies, Genty and Hampton here. Genty against Indy, Hampton against Washington. So then you have, excuse me, Javonte Williams, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown. Our guy Cam Scatterby is now up to 6K. Going against New Orleans, how has their run defense been?
I mean, James Cook had no issues, but no, I mean, the Saints' run defense has not been super strong.
Okay.
I think that's a sneaky game for both running backs. Kamara didn't get the touchdown. Kendrick Miller got the touchdown, but 15 carries, 5 targets. I mean, Spencer Rattler.
He's getting just like no receiving yards, and
Rattler's
the targets are so bad. He this time he caught 4, but he's not getting what he's got in the past couple of years in the receiving game, obviously. So that's a big bummer. But no, I think Scatterbo or Kamara. That could be interesting. I'm interested to go back there. Then it gets a little murky for me. Dobbins but that's Philly run defense. That's a tough matchup. Dobbins, Breece Hall, Benson, Hubbard, Pollard. So I asked about the Woody Marks. He's up to 5.4K now. Wonder if he wouldn't be maybe chalky in this spot. How do you think you'd handle that, given that you don't love him as a runner, but he did pop last?
Yeah, I mean, if he's chalky, I'd probably avoid it. Just because I just don't know if he's like a must-have, and it's only a couple hundred more to do a Breece Hall, to do a Hubbard, Kamara, Scatterbo even.
What did Hubbard do yesterday?
I mean, it was a blowout game, but he ran well, 10 for 49, yards, 3 catches. So
yeah, it's been kind of another one of the disappointed. What did Scatterbo end up running for? Yeah, he's only 3.2 yards per carry. More got there on volume.
That was more situationally like that. His last 5 carries, he didn't get much because they knew he was going to run. Yeah.
All right. Anything? Well, obviously Rachaad White, good call out. If for some reason Bucky's out or feel like limited, at 4.7K, it would be chalky, but it makes a ton of sense. Anything else that you're seeing? I mean, JCM, that's a full split backfield, right?
Oh yeah.
7 for 47 yesterday. He did have 6.7 yards to carry. He did have 2 catches as well.
But Chris Rodriguez had a good game as well. Similar stat line.
Yeah. Like you said, full split backfield in Washington. So 7 for 59, 8.4 yards to carry. So they ran well. All right. Yeah. I'm not seeing a lot unless Rachaad White pops if Bucky's out for some reason. I will probably live in the, honestly, the Scatterbo and up area, and probably, maybe I don't force 3 running backs this week, depending on what else we see, but I definitely like the Scatterbo and up range. Okay. Receivers, Steve, we've got Amon-Ra, who's just scoring touchdowns at will here against Cincinnati. Gotta like that. Chase against Detroit. Don't love that with the quarterback situation. Lamb will likely still be out. JSN versus Tampa. And Mbuka versus Seattle. Nico versus Baltimore. I mean, he's not really getting there, but for what we, draft him as a best ball, he's now 6.8K, and Baltimore is really banged up. So I am interested in that, even though I don't love Stroud or the offensive line and the offensive environment. The Baltimore defense is just decimated. Would you go to Nico?
Yeah, I think Nico is fine. I mean, he's still
the only 6 targets. That's just
they were winning.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Pickens against the Jets at 6.6K. So where are you going at the top here from Pickens and up? Who are you most interested in?
Well, I mean, ASB, I do think like JSN and Mbuka, the matchups are tougher, but the volume is there. Nico, the matchup's better, but the volume could be a bit more questionable. Pickens, I think, is fine. I really like Garrett Wilson, the other side of that game, down a little bit. It sounds like Terry McLaurin might play, so I think that would, then Debo's probably a little expensive.
Right. Debo's now at 6.3K. Obviously scored yesterday, was on our card for an anytime touchdown. Did get that 6 for 72 and a touchdown yesterday. Good shout out about Garrett Wilson at 6.1 against that Cowboys defense. So anything else in this mid-range? You have, Debo and down, Debo, Flowers, Wilson, AJ Brown. Obviously they're throwing. Did he even get, 2 targets?
He had like 8 targets, but 9 targets, 2 catches.
Wow. Yeah. Bananas. Sutton, who's playing tonight, Godwin, Higgins. Terry, who you mentioned. I'd probably wait and see on that. Quinn. Okay, here's the wild stuff. I got to point this out. The Charger, you have 3 Chargers receivers all lumped together at 5.7 to 5.5K, all lumped together. In what world did we think week 5 of the NFL season, Quentin Johnson would be the highest priced Chargers receiver at 5.7K in a good matchup against Washington? I mean, I know I respect Rich Rebarn. He is like, we can't ignore it. He's, you know, he may still have the drops, but he's, do you think this is going to just oscillate week to week? Do you think they'll find a way to get Ladd involved? What do you think about this Chargers? Because we got QJ at 5.7 and Keenan Allen at 5.5 and Ladd McConkey at 5.5. Who will come in lower owned? This is kind of like a game theory thing. Who will come in the lowest owned? What do you make of this? I mean, I guess we have to believe in QJ, and that was an L on me not drafting him much, but like, what do you make of it this week? Because this is a matchup we want to target against Washington.
Yeah, I mean, we can't ignore it. But I do think we will start to see this oscillate some. They're all getting a decent target share. I mean, Ladd probably would have gotten more targets if he didn't drop like 2 of his first 3 targets.
That was weird. It just seemed very uncharacteristic of him too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what did he end up with? Yeah, 1 reception, but he did have 6 targets, 1 reception for 11 yards.
But that was the least number of targets among the 3.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to oscillate. I think there's going to be some weeks where it's Ladd ends up being the target guy and big time plays, and he's got big time playability. So I think this is a situation where I'm going to scattershot it and just play all 3.
Yeah.
Have lineups with 2 of them.
Well, especially with Herbert stacks. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in Herbert stacks, or just honestly, the price is not prohibitive.
No.
Of these guys. So I think this is,
and pay attention to ownership. Like if it's like QJ is super chalky and Ladd is super contrarian, well then and this is what we'll talk about Thursday. This is what Steve and I will write. Steve will write about Friday, and you'll get received as a Substack sub on Saturday morning. And Saturday morning, you'll get a show for Substack subs only. Again, link in the description. We cover DFS, Underdog, Battle Royale, NFL bets. You get something sent every single day. We've already sent Thursday night bets, sent something every single day from us for $34.99 for an entire year. And that obviously then covers basketball season. Link in the description. And you get a free 7-day trial. So check that out. We will cover this a ton more on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think ownership will be kind of a thing, but like, I get what you're saying. It's kind of scattershot that. Then you got Myers, Waddle, Harrison, who people were crushing on Thursday night, but then ended up getting there in the box score with the touchdown. Pittman, who I believe he got a touchdown yesterday. So he had 3 out of 4 games with a tud. Trey Tucker, Cup. Where do you, anything like basically under the Chargers guys that you're targeting this week 5?
Yeah, I actually like that group a fair amount. I mean, Harrison's okay, but Wandale or Slayton, I mean, they got to step up. There's no Neighbors now.
Yeah.
I don't think Dart's going to be able to throw 20 attempts every game.
Slayton's down all the way at 4.3. Yeah.
But the other side of that as well, Olave and Shaheed, Giant secondary is bad. I'm not a big Spencer Rattler fan, but this could be a sneaky, just bad game where a lot of points are scored.
All right.
And Pittman, I feel real good about.
All the way down to 4.9 since he hasn't really been delivering outside of week 2. I do think that's interesting against Cincinnati's defense. I will say that.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, he finally got the targets against Cleveland, but still only caught 2 of them. It's just so tough. Like before yesterday, he hadn't topped 5 targets. So
yeah, which he did get more targets last year. So it's I hope maybe this week, because I certainly have plenty of him in the best ball portfolio. Hopefully this week of getting more targets hopefully they get him going more. But yeah, that's been rough. Anybody else down like low? You will mention the Giants receivers, Wandale and Slayton.
Yeah. I mean, Troy Franklin is probably priced too low right now, depending on what he does tonight.
Yeah.
He's 4K. I mean, he's been out there like
getting full routes, basically, like what, 80-90% routes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be interested to see how he does tonight. Anything else? Because this is, again, it's just an early look. We'll have a ton of coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Can I go over to 10?
I think you can make a shot at one of the cheap Dallas receivers, Tolbert or Turpin.
Oh, okay.
They're 36 and 3,500. They got 6 and 4 targets yesterday, respectively. So
yeah. Oh, Turpin only had 4. It felt like more. That game was so fun, by the way. I know people were like, oh, watch all that and ends and tie. I don't care. That game was so fun. And quite honestly, we might have gotten a really good one last night because we may have 2 stinkers tonight. So, all right, going over to tight end. Let's keep it moving. We are less than an hour and a half till game time, or a little over an hour and a half till game time. McBride, Bowers, of course, at the top at 5.8, 5.5. To me, I'd live in the Ferguson-Warren range at 4.8, 4.7. Then you have Laporta, Goddard, Andrews, Juwan Johnson, Ertz, Ingram, and then you've got the lower price guys. What do you see that you like in the tight end range to wrap up our week 5 early look?
I'm generally going to be in the 4,000 range, but probably the higher side of it. Ferg, Warren, even Laporta. I like those options. I think we need to wait to see what like Lamar's status is for like Andrews and a few others. I mean, Juwan Johnson's still fine. He hit his lowest targets, but Rattler was just awful yesterday.
So bad.
So
what about Ertz against the Chargers? Hasn't gotten there the last 2 weeks.
I mean, if Jaden's back, I feel a little better.
Yeah. Which is wild because when Mariota came in last year, Ertz got a lot of work and had touchdowns in both games Mariota was in last year. But yeah, if Jaden's back, that's an interests me a little at 3.8K. I don't see a ton I love down here unless Gesicki has a good game and Fant's still out or something like that. Cheap tight ends this week. Tremble did score a touchdown, but I don't think Gadsden did get some targets. What did he end up with? He got 3 targets, 2 for 16. So you would need him to pop in the end zone, but he's still priced at 2.7 if Diffsley remains out. Anything else? There's typical tight ends.
I mean, if Sanders is still out, I think you can go Tremble. That's about it.
Yeah, I think he is. I think Sanders is out another couple weeks. So you could go to Tremble what is he? He's 2.9. Okay, there. He actually had 5 for 42 with the touchdown. I knew he got the touchdown. I didn't realize he had 5 for 42. So that's kind of interesting.
Mitchell Evans did get like 4 or 5 targets himself.
Aaron Waller's back in our lives tonight. They already priced him at 3. What do they think he's having a breakout night tonight? They priced him at 3.5K. That's interesting, I'd say, considering he hasn't played in so long. So that's fun. I think I'm living in the Ferguson Warren range. That's probably what I'll do a ton, which is paying up for me because you know me, I don't love paying for tight ends, but Ferguson and Warren both feel like they're in good spots here. So all right. Any final thoughts on DFS early looks, Steve? And then we can talk betting.
No, that's about it.
Okay, let me go to Arizona. Mike Robb, who, by the way, Mike Robb's data sheet is now on the Substack. Well, again, for Substack subs only with the show subscriber only shows at the top. Mike Robb kindly gives us an amazing full database every single week with so much data and many amazing nuggets. So check that out if you're a Substack stub. He says Arizona is currently 9.5 to win versus the Titans. That seems crazy with how the Cardinals have played. Yeah, I guess because the Titans have just been so god awful. Do you think that coach could get fired midseason?
It's not looking good.
It's like got those like horrible vibes where like the media is like, kind of coming after him and then he's like spouting off to the media and it just does not feel good. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to bring over good old FanDuel Sportsbook to round this out today. Again, we have a doubleheader tonight, Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos. Not the best, but again, we had an amazing one last night. We didn't even think it was going to be that amazing. So maybe we'll get a surprise. Let's, bring over FanDuel, look at some props and everything. Again, we have sent our official plays for tonight, 2 picks, 1 for each game and 1 parlay. Don't love the second game. So I just did 1 parlay for the first game, but we have a pick for each game. That's already been sent to Substack subs. Again, if you want to check it out, link in the description, you can do a free 7-day trial and that's just $34.99 a year. And then we can build a lot of, but let's talk through Just props and stuff that we like. Let's take it game by game here, Steve. So first in the Jets Dolphins game here, starting in just like an hour and a half at 7:15 Eastern. Let's talk first. What do you think happens in this game? Total 43.5, and Dolphins are favored by 2.5. How do you see this game going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I'll bet this game, but I like the Jets.
I do too. I'm going to bet Jets money line.
Justin Fields being back, I think is a plus overall for the overall team. I think it maybe hurts a player or two, but Dolphins. I know Dolphins have played a little better than expected the last 2 weeks, but they're just not a good enough team. I don't think Darren Waller changes things. And we're just seeing Tua kind of struggle, and with the offensive line and everything. So, Jets defense, as I mentioned earlier, is not as good as people thought it was, but I think they could have a kind of a bounce back game this week against the Dolphins. And I don't have a great feel on whether this game could go over because Dolphins defense has been real bad, but what Jets team shows up, I think
I don't love the props in this game, but I may do like some of the props we like and like an alt under or something like that. Cause I don't know about like if it stays under 43, but I feel like it could stay under 51, and if you do like a couple props or touchdowns and then throw like an alt 51, I can just give an example once we talk about a couple props. It jumps those odds. But I like I almost hit one last night. It was a live one, Steve. I think I sent it to you. But it was like the both quarterbacks, Golden, Ferguson, and maybe one other. It was like a 4 or 5 leg, and then it was anti-correlated, and it was plus 6.5 for the Cowboys. I think I threw it in like the first or second quarter, and I think it was still because they were losing then. It was plus 6.5, and it gives like a big anti-correlated boost. And so obviously the Cowboys got there. I just missed it by I had pushed our official play yesterday was Golden 50, which did hit, took forever to hit, but it did hit. I pushed him to 60 thinking, because he was like at like 46 and then he lost some yards, and then it was like
and he lost it on his last catch also.
Oh, and then he got above 60 and then he lost it and ended with like 57 or something like that. Yeah. So I missed it. I mean, it didn't hit because Ferguson didn't hit, but I think I had like Ferguson 50 and he ended up with 40 and Golden 60 and he lost it on the last catch. So these anti-correlate, and it's even, I'm just throwing out these tips, like even if you're like watching the game live and like Jets are still like, I like the Jets. I might do one where I'm like, okay, well, the usage seems okay for whatever. And I throw in a couple Dolphins props and then bet the Jets money line. Or, maybe it's staying low and you're like, well, I still like Garrett Wilson and XYZ. And I might throw like 3-4 props together and throw like an alt under or something. Those things can be really fun, especially live too. So I'll just throw that out there. So we both like the Jets. I don't know that I feel confident about the under 43, but I feel pretty confident about the under 51, which is a key number that I tend to do like anti-correlate parlays with. So let's do touchdown scores. Who do you think is a good value to find the end zone? You've got obviously just a chain is minus 135. Everybody else is plus money. So who do you think is a good value to find the end zone?
I think Justin Fields. We saw week 1, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Obviously he's coming back from concussion, but this is the type of game we've seen. We saw Drake May have a rushing touchdown. We saw Daniel Jones have 2 rushing touchdowns against them. Quarterbacks have gotten there. Yeah.
No, that's a great call out. Plus 195. Obviously, Garrett Wilson plus 155, I think is fair. And then 2 longer shot ones that I don't mind is Braylon Allen gets more of the red zone usage. So if they get in and it's not Justin Fields, it could be Braylon Allen at plus 240. Then we saw Ollie Gordon get there. Obviously a chain could get it from farther out, but Ollie Gordon, you're getting plus 290 if they feel like, okay, he did it last week. Let's try to see if he can punch it in at the 1 or something like that. Plus 290, I don't hate that. What do you think of Ollie Gordon and Braylon Allen? You want to throw those 2 bad boys together? They're 12-1.
Definitely. I mean, Ollie Gordon, I think, is fine. He's still going to have less touches.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just how many times will the Dolphins be near the red zone?
True.
But Braylon Allen, I actually agree with. I mean, Fields is going to vulture him some. But Braylon Allen gets almost all the usage inside the red zone, especially inside the 10. So yeah, I'm gonna lean on that, and I think that's the way to approach Braylon Allen, because his yards will be tough because he might get 8-10 carries in a game, but half of them are going to be from inside the 10, so it's not even like he can break it for a big gain. It's fine, but it can be harder in that regard.
Okay, so you answered that question about Ollie Gordon, Braylon Allen, like longer. I'd rather do that than honestly a chain for juiced, So we talked through some of the touchdowns we liked. And Eddie asked, good to see you, Eddie, y'all on fields rushing TD or rushing yards. Yeah, I know Steve likes the rushing yards. And I think you made a good point about rushing touchdown. We're going to build a lotto parlay in a minute. Again, our official plays and our one parlay for this game was already sent to Substack subs, but we're going to build a lotto parlay. And I think we should throw in like Fields rushing touchdown, or if you want to like push his rushing yards a little, I think that would be kind of fun. So yes, don't mind that look at all, Eddie, to answer your question. Okay, that covers touchdowns. Let's just each make a first fun. Who gets in the end zone first? Garrett Wilson or down. So it's at least like 8-1 or down. Who do you think gets in the?
I mean, I like Fields, but I think I'll just say
10-1. That's not a bad look, actually.
Yeah, I'll go with Fields.
Okay. I didn't know if you had anything else. Okay, so 10-1 for you. I'll do Braylon Allen, 13-1. I will say, if you think somehow the Miami finds the the inside the 5 early or first, 14-1, but I'd like Braylon Allen more at 13-1. Extra long shot, would you do a 22-1 Mason Taylor? I mean, again, first touchdowns you're sprinkling, you're not putting like whatever, so you do typically take longer shots to like hit a fun one. I think that's not the craziest thing in the world. I honestly like it more than the other stuff, but yeah, I mean, I don't see a ton of points scored in this game. So I may take a shot with like Fields or Braylon Allen for first touchdown. Again, you're just doing a little sprinkle there. So we covered touchdowns. Now let's cover props. Steve, who is your favorite props in this game?
It's tough because I do think Fields kind of limits Breece Hall a little bit, and just the way they're utilizing Breece Hall. I mean, Braylon Allen is inside.
And Braylon Allen chews into it. He might get like, I think he got like 6 the last game or something.
Yeah, and then Isaiah Davis comes in on some third down. So the guy who gets usage is Garrett Wilson. I think 70 yards for Garrett Wilson is very.
You get plus money, plus 116 for Garrett Wilson. I like that call. And then if you did want to go Fields rushing yards, let me find that. Fields rushing, I think 50, you get plus money. It's minus 102 for 50 rushing yards. So that is fine. If you want to do some like lower line stuff, I don't mind like Braylon Allen rushing. It's like 20 yards. Actually, I think it's gotten hit. It was like 20 last night. I think it's up to 25 for plus money. Yeah, 25 for plus money. But if you want to go Malik Washington, he's hit it in each game. So you could do 10, you get plus money, plus 124. I don't mind that. Breece Hall is explosive. You can attack Miami through the receiving game. It's just he's only going to have a few options. So so I like it. Steve doesn't like it. I like it.
My concern with Hall is they're only going to ideally throw under 25 times.
Right. They throw so limited with Fields. Yeah, that's
even week 1 in that shootout versus Pittsburgh. I think Fields only had 21 or 22 attempts. Okay,
so Cooler says, so we answered Eddie's question. Cooler says, my gut says bet the under Breece Hall receptions, but unders is un-American. Yeah, I don't think there are a lot of receptions. If he gets his yards, he'd have to do it explosively, which he can do, and it's a good matchup for Miami. Steve, do you think Darren Waller can get 15 yards?
I don't know if he'll run 15 routes.
Yeah.
I just don't trust, trust anything there.
Yeah. I think the Malik Washington, it's fluky, but it's happened all 3 weeks. So I think that's kind of fun if they continue to do that. Not a ton we love in this game. Let's talk through the other game, then let's build a lot to round it out. Because again, the game's starting a little over an hour and a half. So Cincy, Denver, At Denver, of course, coming off a loss, they are favored by 7.5. Total is 44.5. Obviously, we were working with Jake Browning, who looked awful last week. I don't like this game for that reason. I don't know that Denver's going to need a lot of pushback. I don't, but yet they have a good defensive matchup against the Bengals defense isn't good. Browning was so uninspiring, that how can you feel good about like targeting any of the receivers? Like it's ugly to me. And then Bo Nix has not gotten there, in the passing game, his line's low, but you can get -1 of 6 at 225 yards, but he hasn't done it yet this season. He's not been efficient. He does scramble some too. He'll like scramble a few times. There's not a lot I like in this game. So let's start touchdowns first because we did that for the other game. Who do you think finds the end zone? Steve, obviously J.K. Dobbins juice -125 and everybody else plus money. What do you like?
I mean, Cortland Sutton, he finds the end zone,
pretty much at least every other game. Yeah. I was just looking at data. It's like literally every other game, or sometimes he hits the end zone. He finds pay dirt 60% of the time, essentially. Yeah. So I think that's fair. And getting plus money for Cortland Sutton at 125, I think is a really good look. Someone's going to score from the Bengals, we think. Who do you think it'll be? You're getting plus money on all of them.
No. I will say Jamar Chase. I think he gets the most targets. I think he's the most talented receiver in the league.
I feel this is I kind of tried to say it, but I don't think I said it eloquently. I don't say much eloquently, and I'm so tired and have such a headache today. But this is exactly what I feel like. Don't you, Steve? Doesn't last night's game feel like the NFL is apologizing for what we're about to hand us tonight? Yes, that is exact. I feel like last night was so awesome. It was so unexpected too. Like I think everybody just thought Micah Parsons come back to Dallas and Dallas was going to, and Dak looks awesome. And it was so fun. And it went, and then we get an extra quarter and it was awesome. Yes, I do feel like that was the universe and the NFL apologizing for what we're about to get tonight. Yes. Okay. Good call out, Coolers, because you said it better than I was trying to say it. Steve, what Bengals player scores?
I mean, Chase is going to get the most targets. He's the best receiver in the league. He did get a touchdown last week, right?
No, I lost a parlay that I had a 4-leg plus money receiver parlay and every other one hit but him. No, I hate it. That was awful.
Yeah, it's just he is going to dominate the targets.
I think Chase Brown, if they get near the goal line, is fair.
I don't know. Like they don't.
I know he's been so inefficient on the ground.
Their rushing has been so awful. I just don't have no trust of Chase Brown right now.
Do you think they're going to start to pull carries? I don't think they've pulled. They're still giving him most of the uses. It's not like it's gone to Taj Brooks or anything yet, right?
I don't know. That could change. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball. Like, as bad as Jake Browning is, their running game is so much worse.
No, I know it's bad. So yeah, I guess Chase at plus 180 feels fun. Okay, first touchdown. But obviously the one you like the best, plus 125 for Cortland Sutton. Totally agree there. Okay, from Jamar Chase on 10-1, I think that's a fun first touchdown. If you think somehow Jake Browning can get it to him, any other first touchdowns that you think are super fun?
It does sound like Evan Ingram's back, so yeah. I think that's solid for a first touchdown. I think if you want to get real spicy, Mike Gesicki.
Oh yeah, 27-1. That Mike Gesicki is my guy because Noah Fant's out. Sometimes tight ends are like safety blankets for sucky quarterbacks.
And actually, Denver's probably been the worst against tight ends. Warren had a good game against them. Gadsden had some nice catches.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a great point. Yeah, I think this would be my favorite first touchdown. Sprinkle. 27-1, Mike Gesicki. I like that. But I think the best look is maybe you get like a Troy Franklin 10-1, Jamar Chase 10-1, something like that. But anyways, okay, we talked touchdowns. Now let's talk props. What are your favorite props in this game?
So I'm going to go, I like Sutton. I think J.K. Dobbins. I think he's run very efficiently this year. He only had 11 carries last week, but they only had like 48 snaps, 47 snaps, whatever it was. He dominated the carries.
Harvey hasn't been eating into it yet. Yeah.
And you can get 70 plus money.
Yeah, 70 plus 116, shop it out, but I think that's around what it is. So it's nice to get 70 for plus money for sure. I like that call out. So that's your favorite prop in this game.
Yeah.
Coolers asks, would Chase Brown receiving interest you? I had to see, let me check what he's got in the past couple games. It interests me. I like running back receiving more than Steve though. So
he just hasn't done much in that department.
Let me see let me pull up how many targets and all that stuff. What did he get? So Chase Brown, hold on one second. By the way, we're partnered with PropSpot AI. So is the Degen dads. I will start to put PropSpot AI link in the description with our affiliate code. But I've been using it because first of all, check out Degen dads from Friday. They gave a full how to use it most efficiently. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice because you can shop the line. So let me find Chase Brown receiving. Okay. Longest reception, rush attempts. No. Okay. The reception yards. Yeah. It's 18.5. And so it'll show you. And again, I'll be able to pull it up, more efficiently in future weeks, link it in the description. But PropSpot AI is a tool that we've been using. It pulls up and it'll show you where the best prices are. So that's nice. And again, it's lined right now at 18.5. Looks like you're getting the best price on DraftKings currently, but that's nice to show. So you don't have to log in and see. He's only gotten actually above that. He has not yet this season. With 8, 9, 18, and 7. So I would have said yes, but I didn't realize that he hasn't even hit it this season. I guess I'm not, I'd have to look into the targets that he's gotten on that too. Cause last year with Burrow, that was one of my favorite bets. Chase Brown receiving, you could get plus money at 30 receiving yards. And it was not every time, but it hit quite a bit. Actually, last 10, if you go back to last season's games, he got it of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 8 games last season's, he got it 6 out of the last 8 games. So and by the way, you could alt that up. 50, 57, 30, 65. Then he had 2 under and 24. So he wouldn't hit the alt, but he would have hit the alt 4 out of 7 of those games. So that's my way of saying I was initially interested in it, but now diving deeper, maybe not as much, but it's what could change today, Steve? Do you think they get Taj Brooks more involved? Do you think they do just check it down to Chase Brown to run by an extension of short passing? I don't know. I mean, something could change today. I wouldn't hate it. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. I just feel like something's broken with their backfield usage right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets fixed. This just seems like a tough game to fix it.
Okay. I was just going to ask how many. Go ahead. Sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start utilizing Brooks a little bit more. Just because, that's one of the ways you do try and make changes.
Yeah. As Cooler says, I was thinking he got 5 targets against the Vikings. If it can repeat, that he could hit its yards. Yeah. I probably don't mind it, for that reason. Could he get it? Could they try to just they could use Taj Brooks more. Do they try to use Chase Brown more in the receiving game? I don't know. There could be changes and I would take a shot on it. I don't think Steve likes it. I don't mind it. That would be the way I'd say it. Coolers. Mike Robb says, so on the Friday Degen Dad show, they've been giving him Mike a underdog slip because Mike's in Texas, can't, do sports books. So he does underdog slips. Last week, one of the 2 hit. This week, I think we all, Bernie and Andrew, I think missed by a leg, and mine missed by 2 legs because Lamar just went over, then he got pulled. And Mahomes did not go over. I did a quarterback running special. So I'm sorry. Mine was the most disappointing this week, Mike. So every Friday he wants a parlay to put as a pick'em, a 3-legger. So Steve, you're going to have to jump into Degen Dad's chat or message or tell Mike on our Friday prop party your official Mike Robb underdog slip. Okay, Steve, you're going to participate. Right. I mean, Mike's your guy. You got to. Yep. He looked out for you. I mean, he's standing up for you in the best ball Jeopardy streets. You need to start giving him some good pick'ems. Does that sound good?
It sounds good.
Perfect, Mike. We're in. We're all going to give you a Mike Robb's a special for underdog. Okay, so yeah, we covered that. You like J.K. Dobbins rushing the best. Yeah, there's not a ton I like in here because I just don't know like what changes since he could make. I don't know if Cody's still listening, but what do you, as a fan, what do you want them to do? Because to me, I'm like, shop quarterbacks because what I saw last week hurt my eyes. It was painful. So, all right, to end the show, let's build a fun and I'm literally only putting in $5 and I'll shop it on DraftKings before I put it in, but let's build a fun lotto, Steve. 2 in each game. Two like push whatever, something plus money, something fun for a lotto in each game. I'll just throw $5 on it, tweet it out. But let's make it fun, like something to sweat. We were already sent like an 8-1 or something like that. I used the FanDuel boost. Actually, I think I have another FanDuel boost. But I will put it on Twitter. I'll put it in the Substack chat comments. Back to the Jets, Dolphins. Let's each pick one. You want to push Garrett Wilson receiving since that's the favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I will. That's the one guy who is getting targets in this offense.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins secondary is just so bad.
So bad. So 80, 90, hundo, what do you want to do?
Let's
it's a lotto. So, yeah.
Let's stick at 80 though.
I mean, I made you. Oh, by the way, of our lotto that we built on the show, just a quick update. So touchdown treasure chest, the past couple of weeks have had like 3 or 4 out of 6. So we're close, but we need to get the full way there. One time this season, I'm convinced we're going to do it. We had 3 out of 6 in the touchdown treasure chest this week. And Cam Scatterbo almost made it 4 because I watched him 2 times in a row get stopped at the 1. I mean, wasn't that so brutal, Steve? I'm so sad.
Yes.
Okay. But anyways, we're going to get a touchdown treasure chest home. That was our one lotto. Our other lotto that we built on Prop Party, having fun with the whole rookie running backs thing. I did Cam Scatterbo 30 receiving. Jackson Dart ran too much and they had a positive game script. So that didn't hit. Tyler did O'Marion Hampton 2 tuds. That got 1. So I got a third of the way there in our lotto. Tyler got halfway there because he got 1 touchdown, not 2. And I was bullying you on the show. They called me Bossy Betsy. You were like, oh, I'll do like 80 rushing yards. And I was like, no, more lotto, make it crazy. You did. Genty gets his first hundo game, and he did. So yours was the only leg that hit. Tyler's made it halfway. Mine made it a third away. That's what I mean. These lottos can be fun. So you're going to go Garrett Wilson 80?
Yeah, we'll say 80.
What did I say I was going to do on this game? I forget. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want me to do Justin Fields rushing touchdown or Justin Fields push rushing? Let's do that.
Probably rushing touchdown.
You do? You like that over push rushing?
Yeah, just because I think his push rushing could.
Yeah, I mean, he does have coming off a concussion. Okay. Garrett Wilson 80, Justin Fields touchdown. And then we go over to another game. Cincy Broncos, are you going to push Dobbins since you like him?
That's
what you said.
Yeah. I'll push Dobbins.
Okay. What did he get? What's he averaged the last couple of weeks? I know he's gone over his.
It's just tough for him to. I don't think he'll get 100. So I guess 80.
He did last week, didn't he? No.
No.
Wait, what did he get? Wait, I'm trying to find his rushing yard. Okay, yeah, he's lined it. My bad. He got 76 2 weeks ago, 80 last week, 83 last week. We like him. You plus money 70, so you're just going to do 80.
Yeah.
This is not very lotto-y. This isn't fun.
I mean, what are you? I forget. What are you going to do?
I want to get push Gesicki.
Okay, take out Dobbins. I'll push something more. Do something a hundo.
Ooh, okay, that's fun. Do they have? Oh, good. Gesicki. Okay, how crazy can I go? 40. If you do 40, or if I do 40 Gesicki and you do Cortland Sutton hundo?
Yeah.
Okay, we really pushed the hell out of this game. Then it goes to 95-1.
Well, I think there's more just offensive talent in this game, so that does make sense.
True. That's true. Let me see what if I push Gesicki to 30, not 40, what that does. So it goes from 95 to 61. There's a boost. So do you want me to do that?
Sure.
I mean, has Sutton got 100 yards? He got 100 yards last week.
2 weeks ago. Or I'm sorry,
last week. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is our lotto. I'm going to price it out on both sites and make sure whatever boost or whatever. So it's going to be first game, Garrett Wilson 80, Justin Fields anytime score. Hopefully that happens so we can have a sweat for the second game, which starts an hour later at 8:15. Mike Gesicki 30. Noah Fant is out, and Cortland Sutton 100, 61-1. I'll throw a boost on it or price it out. I will tweet it. I will put it in the Substack comments. Tail, if you'd like. I'm just going to throw 5 and have a little fun. What do you think? Okay, what the hell is this? No interest in 16 chase, but straight 40 for Gesicki. I mean, he hasn't done anything yet, but Noah Fant has gotten, what did Noah Fant get last week? I think he's gotten which annoys the shit out of me because I drafted so much Gesicki. So yeah, it's wild, but I toned it down to 30 coolers. He put it, I took that personally. Hey, you could take out, I mean, I'm going to do this, but if you want to get spicy and take out Gesicki and throw in Chase Brown receiving, and you think they just pepper the hell out of him, put in Chase Brown 30 and you get 71-1. So see, we're here to meet your needs, coolers. I'm going to roll with the slip of Mike Gesicki with Noah Fant out 30, but take Gesicki out, do Chase Brown. We can have some fun. So, okay, I was debating on one of those negative parlays, like under Wilson receptions, but over yards. I still think he gets so many receptions. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. What I'm going to do, coolers, is the problem is I don't like any freaking Dolphins props that much, like outside of Malik Washington, 10 plus rushing yards or something. You could do Malik Washington, 10 plus rushing yards, a chain 7 receptions, and some other Dolphins thing. I just hate the Dolphins. Say Waller gets 15 yards and then do Giants, Jets money line. That's what I'll probably do.
Now you're really offending coolers if you're saying Waller's going to get 15, but Chase Brown can't get 16.
I said for an anti-correlated lotto. The anti-correlated lottos that I do are one team's props, other team's money line, especially when it's the underdog, like tonight's Jets situation, or a game where, or last night, I almost hit the one with Dallas. You can even do it with the spread. I do a bunch of Packers props and then spread or whatever. Or you do, if you think a game goes under an alt under 51, that's another fun way to approach it, is do a bunch of props and then do an alt under, or especially touchdown. Then that's super fun. But yeah, that was hysterical. I say do our lotto and then mix in Chase receiving if you feel a feeling. And I might do it with you, coolers. Steve won't, but I might do it with you. I love that I took that personally. Fanspeak needs an HR department with all this bullying.
Rudy's head of HR. That's why he's biting her.
He's now sleeping and behaving. So he did his puzzle. He played with 4 toys, and now he's sleeping after he was biting my hands and going nuts. I wish NWI got more snaps because he'd be the guy for that. Yes, I was going to say, you think of those guys. Okay, what other guys to end the show for coolers? Are there any other guys that you could do the under receptions over yards? Because I know that is a fun anti-correlated bet. I just wouldn't do it with Wilson because I think I will say they do throw so little. But yeah, Wilson's just not that archetype. Who's an archetype in these 2 games that could be the under receptions over yards?
It would be Mims if he plays.
Yeah. Is Mims still questionable?
I haven't looked for an update.
Okay. Let me see. So Mims is, there's lines available for him, but.
Or a Josh Reynolds or something real.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mims's receptions is it here? Oh, maybe not. I saw, okay. I guess it's not. It was available earlier. So anyways, yeah, Mims would be one. Anybody in the first game? I guess he made a good point about NWI, but
Josh Reynolds.
Oh, you just said, that's right. Josh Reynolds. Okay. But yeah, I think that's fun. Okay. So again, we will post this little lotto on Twitter, Sutton a hundo, Gesicki 30, change it to Chase Brown receiving if you'd like. He did it plenty of times last year. Garrett Wilson 80. Justin Fields anytime game touchdown in the first game, 61-1. We'll throw in a boost, throw it on Twitter, put it in the Substack comments, and away we go. If you're tailing any of our bets, good luck. Hopefully they go better than yesterday. That was tilting, though we did get Matthew Golden last night. So that was nice. Final thoughts for the people, Steve?
Yeah, no, good luck. Good luck. Hopefully the 2-game slate isn't as bad as we think. I should be on tomorrow early afternoon before I'm on with Who Games.
Yeah.
And so keep an eye out for that.
All right, perfect. Well, this has been fun. I like our Degen Power Hours because we do it all. We covered our underdog bags and portfolio stuff. We'll try to find a better way to really mix it up, looking at both of ours, our favorite teams, our sibling showdown teams, stuff on BBMD. But then we, of course, did a little week 4 DFS lineup review, a week 5 early look. We skipped Underdog Battle Royale today because of the doubleheader starting in just an hour. And then we went over to the Monday night betting streets. Again, bets have been sent to Substack. We got people saying good luck, good night. So Broncos country, let's ride. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Tim. Always good to see you in your fun show, and good luck tonight. Thank you, Coolers. And Coolers, I might take that lotto and do the Chase Brown just for you. So Steve's going to regret it. So anyways, this has been fun. Again, check out a show with Steve tomorrow, and then betting card tomorrow night. And then, of course, full lineup all week. Hope everybody has a wonderful Monday night doubleheader, hits some bets, does well in the streets. Good luck, and we will see you next time.